The one that's presented to us is not history. It's all lies.
Well, it's not all lies.
All of it.
There's some lies.
I found that too.
Lost civilization in Grand Canyon was, wait, Egyptian?
The Grand Canyon stands as one of the world's most majestic canyons, stretching 446 kilometers in length and plunging to a depth of 18 kilometers. Its width is equally remarkable, ranging from 64 kilometers at the narrowest point to an expansive 29 kilometers at its widest. Imagine the multitude of secrets and astonishing discoveries concealed within its vast expanse. Join us on this journey to unveil the most incredible secrets hidden within the Grand Canyon. Before delving into its mysteries, let's acquaint ourselves with this extraordinary location. Situated in the state of Arizona, USA, the Grand Canyon is home to Native American tribes, including the Navajo, Havasupai, Hualapai, and others. Interestingly, it holds more than just the status of a beautiful national park for them. It's a sacred place. For the Havasupai, the canyon serves as a gateway to heaven, a path that must be traversed for eternal happiness with loved ones. Evidence of Native American presence dates back over 3,000 years, as reflected in cave paintings. Officially discovered in 1540, the Grand Canyon was stumbled upon by Spanish colonists in search of the 7 cities of gold. While captivated by the landscapes, they were ill-prepared for an extended stay. It wasn't until 1869 that the first scientific expedition explored the unknown terrain, gradually unveiling the secrets of how this remarkable place came to be. Over 65 million years ago, tectonic shifts occurred here. These shifts caused the plain to rise, and the Colorado River began carving its way, breaking down mountain rock. Scientists logically concluded that the Grand Canyon resulted from erosion caused by the Colorado's flow. The understanding that the Grand Canyon formed through natural forces went unquestioned until recently. Modern studies of the area not only questioned this, but also led scientists to reconsider ancient events and ponder inconsistencies in human history. A significant discovery in 2021 by American researchers revealed 60 of the oldest human footprints. After thorough analysis, it was determined that these footprints are about 23,000 years old. This discovery challenged the existing theory about when the first people appeared in America. Initially, archaeological studies suggested humans reached the continent around 13,000 years ago. Later, evidence of primitive people on American soil 15,000 years ago was found. However, this recent discovery shocked archaeologists and anthropologists, revealing a discrepancy of nearly 10,000 years. The first human foot stepped on the continent's soil before advancing glaciers closed migration paths from Asia. Scientists made another discovery while studying the disappearance of some layers of the canyon. The Grand Canyon, forming over 2 billion years, preserves all stages of its development in rocks. Bara Peak, the lead author of the University of Colorado study, describes the Grand Canyon as a textbook of Earth's history. The layers of rock sequentially reflect geological history, visible even to the naked eye. However, in some canyon areas, entire strata are missing, spanning hundreds of millions of years. Discovered about 150 years ago, this phenomenon is known as the Great Unconformity. Modern scientists used thermochronology to determine how underwater rock was heated due to high pressure. The Grand Canyon heated unevenly, with its western part rising high and the eastern part experiencing landslides. A result in one part, the age of the base stones averaged 1.5 billion years, while in the other, at the very top, the age did not exceed 500 million years. Scientists attribute this to the breakdown of the supercontinent Rodinia about 800 million years ago in the western part. The destruction caused the canyon's rocks to crumble and fall into the ocean. Recent research methods have enabled scientists to solve the mystery of the Great Unconformity and fill in missing pieces of information about the Grand Canyon's critical period. This discovery provides insight into the destructive forces of nature hundreds of millions of years ago, even before dinosaurs roamed the earth. Arguably, the most sensational discovery within the territory of the Grand Canyon was made back in the distant 1909. the explorer John Kincaid embarked on a journey along the Colorado River, focusing on minerals. By chance, he discovered something incredible. While boating along the Grand Canyon, he noticed unusual spots in the sedimentary rocks. This caught his attention, and he decided to investigate. Kincaid got out of the boat onto the shore and climbed up the rocks, realizing he had found the entrance to a strange cave. Intrigued, he walked about 100 meters in the dark and stumbled upon a crypt with treasures and human remains. Realizing the significance, Kincaid reported his findings to the Smithsonian Institution. Professor Jordan, intrigued, joined him to start a detailed study of the mysterious cave. Working together, Kincaid and Jordan discovered the fantastic interior of the cave. The main passage was about 3 to 5 meters wide and extended almost 5 kilometers underground. Closer to the end, it connected with a giant chamber, and from there, several tunnels branched off. Along these tunnels, many rooms of different sizes were found, some small, while others could reach an area of about 100 square meters. Each room had an oval-shaped door, and round air spaces provided ventilation through the walls into the passages. The walls were approximately 1 meter thick. Surprisingly, the researchers noted how evenly the passages were laid out, as if someone had carefully calculated the construction plan. Most room ceilings converged towards the center. The entrance passages were built at an acute angle but gradually reached a right angle towards the back. 30 meters from the cave entrance was a large cross hall, housing a statue of a deity in Eastern style sitting with crossed legs and holding lotus flowers. The carving precision and attention to detail indicated the work of a skilled master, and the statue, like everything in the cave, was almost pristine. Around the deity were various small images portraying the struggle of good against evil. The hall also contained copper tools, suggesting knowledge of metal tempering by the cave's inhabitants. Among other findings were copper and gold vases, ceramic dishes, and glazed vessels. Kincaid noted a semblance of a granary made from a hard material resembling concrete. Adjacent to it was a huge room about 100 by 150 meters, likely serving as a dining hall, with scattered yellow stones on the floor. The extensive tunnel system could, by some estimates, accommodate over 50,000 people. Throughout the complex, numerous carved hieroglyphs were discovered. The Smithsonian Institution was supposed to handle their decryption. These inscriptions resembled those found on rocks in the valley. Preliminary estimates suggested they were related to the religion of local inhabitants. Similar engravings were found on the Yucatan Peninsula, but nothing like it was encountered in the East. While many deities resembled Buddhist ones, some scientists believe that the old canals in the Salt River Valley were built by people from these caves. It's likely that people lived in this area for a long time, and the tunnel system was a genuine city. The most astonishing discovery by Kincaid and Jordan was a vault containing several mummies. Kincaid described it as one of the largest chambers with walls inclined backward at an angle of about 35 degrees. Tiers of mummies were arranged on carved shelves. Copper cups and fragments of broken swords were found at the head of each shelf. Some mummies were covered in clay and wrapped in bark fabric. The urns or cups on lower tiers were crude, becoming more graceful on higher shelves, showing an intermediate stage of civilization. Surprisingly, all discovered mummies belonged to men. Researchers concluded the inner part of the cave was a barracks where warriors were prepared. Dwellings likely belonged to indigenous Americans, but statuettes and artifacts resembled creations of Egyptian and Tibetan civilizations. The question arises, could Egyptians have actually lived in these caves? If so, how did they manage to get to the territory of the Grand Canyon? Kincaid decided to share his discovery with the press. On April 5, 1909, an article titled "Explorations in Grand Canyon" appeared on the front page of the Arizona Gazette. It discussed the Smithsonian Institution's archaeological expedition, revealing the discovery of an underground citadel. This find was hailed as the oldest archaeological monument in America and the most valuable globally. Following the publication, no further details about the cave exploration surfaced in the media, and the article faded into obscurity. However, in 1993, writer David Hatcher republished the piece in Nexus magazine, sparking renewed interest. Information about the mysterious cave then spread on the internet. In 2000, scientists intrigued by the story contacted the Smithsonian Institution but received no coherent information. This led them to believe that the government had restricted details about the discovery. Researchers uncovered mentions of archaeologist Professor S.A. Jordan, whose name was slightly altered in the records. It's suspected that the Smithsonian intentionally erased Kincaid and Jordan from their records and destroyed artifacts not aligning with accepted history. Kincaid made additional discoveries on government-owned territory, including Stanton's Cave, 120 meters deep, where remains of people over 2.5 meters tall were allegedly found. This evidence of giants was concealed, and the public only learned about ancient Native American relics and giant California condor skeletons. The cave is now a National Historical Monument with closed entrances. The existence of this cave raises the possibility that the one found in 1909 also exists. Many researchers are still intrigued and actively searching for it. The married couple, Kathy and Jerry Wills, dedicated considerable time to studying information about the mysterious tunnel system, thoroughly preparing for their expedition. Surprisingly, they succeeded in finding it. However, the main entrance was at a great height, almost impossible to reach. Nearby, they noticed rope ladders, probably left by other explorers. Wills found another, more accessible entrance. Inside, they discovered an entrance sealed with huge concrete slabs. The purpose of hiding the cave remained a mystery. There are inconsistencies. No one has seen the relics found by Kincaid. However, the cave system had more history. In 1869, Major John Wesley Powell discovered a large cave called Redwall during an exploration of the Grand Canyon. He estimated its size, comparing it to a theater that could accommodate 50,000 people. In 1889, the Bronstonton expedition found cliff dwellings and pottery fragments during the construction of a railway along the Colorado River. This suggests Kincaid may have been inspired by earlier explorers or revealed something not meant to be known. It's surprising that many archaeologists have found cave dwellings, yet there's little mention of researching them. So that's all for today's video. We would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Also, be sure to subscribe so you can watch more exciting videos.